Hey guys, so welcome once again for another deep dive, another stocks by request, and another analysis on a listed company in the stock market. And we're gonna go back to one of the most requested stocks, at least for both of my channels. We're talking about Jollibee, and the whole context of this video is Jollibee opened a third branch in the UK. And for this particular video, I want to segment this podcast into the following: today's price action, what was the news, and we're going to talk about the fundamentals for those who did not see my update on that. So please remember, companies that are in the stock market are required to give out bits and pieces of pertinent information in terms of their earnings, in terms of their losses, in terms of what they did per quarter. So I'm going to put bits and pieces of that in this video, but we have a more in-depth discussion on that over the previous videos. Then Jollibee's plans on why are they doing this? Why are they opening different stores in different countries? Then we're going to end it with everyone's favorite technical analysis. So if you guys are ready, comment below. I'm ready. Comment below. I'm excited. Comment. I want to learn more. If you're new to this, I just want to give you a heads up that no matter how much we talk about a company, regardless of what company it is in the Philippines or abroad, never buy, sell, hold, avoid the stock just because it's talked about in YouTube. Please take the time to study. Please take the time to learn. Again, I'll say this over and over because it's your money, it's your responsibility. It has to be your own conviction. And you're going to lose a lot of money if you're just being swayed back and forth because you're listening to the opinions of other people. Take bits and pieces of this, take the information that you have here, but you need to firm up your own buying and selling decision using fundamentals and technical analysis, because at the end of the day, technical analysis is the game, fundamental analysis is the game. Speculating will give you the opportunity to make money, but you cannot make something that's templatable, that will allow you to repeat your gains over and over and over and over and over. And that's my whole intention for this. I just want you guys to win, because I really believe that the stock market is still one of the greatest ways for you to gain wealth over a stretch period of time. So let's continue. Um, in terms of today's movement, the stock price of Jollibee was dropped a bit lower. It closed at 207.8 pesos per share. It's down 1.33%. What's interesting about that is foreigners sold to the tune of 33 million. Value turnover for the day was around 140 million pesos. The chunk of the transactions, though, of buying was brought about by locals. 100 million was brought about by local buying. Then you had 73 million from foreigners selling, giving us net foreign selling of 33 million. So value turnover at 140 is relatively respectable. It was a bit higher when we saw it start to move the past few weeks, and now it's starting to build another short-term resistance. But I'll show you more of the charts also later on. In terms of brokerages, largest buying transaction for the day is World Securities, 14.90%. Second one is called Financial. Third one is Mandarin, which had 100% of its transactions were basically foreign triggered, 11.59% of that. In terms of sellers, you had BPI, which sell the most at 19.22%, 85.79, 76% of it was basically foreigners. Then you had Call Financial selling at 6.26%, Credit Suisse and DPP Daiwa, which constituted 16.05% and 8.86% respectively. All of them were all foreign transactions. Anyways, what's the news? So basically, Jollibee opened its third store in the United Kingdom. For those who have been following us tracking Jollibee and its entire narrative, they now have three branches. The first one was in London. The second one is in Liverpool. The third one is in Leicester. I don't know if I pronounced it properly, and if I did not murder it, but it's all L, the triple L in the UK: London, Liverpool, and Leicester. What's interesting about that is this. This is their second store in 2 months. I think even less than 2 months. Please do note also that they opened the store very, very close to the Vatican, right at the heart of Rome. So they're really expanding in areas where there's a lot of Filipinos, and they're also expanding not just in Europe, but they're opening also in North America. So I think this is a good move, no? Because looking at the Philippines has recovered relatively slower compared to other countries, and I think other countries, especially Western and more developed markets, they their style, no, they have been, how do I put this? Uh, they have opened stores in a way, or they have opened their economy that people are more liberal in terms of going out. But I think the main drive still for them opening Jollibee's is in cities where there's a lot of Filipinos. And I was reading an article about this. They actually labeled the following of Jollibee as some sort of a cult following already. That wherever there's Jollibee stores, Jollibee branches, people, Filipinos normally would go. And the allure for this is they're trying to also get uh, British or foreigners that are not Filipinos or don't have any roots to the Philippines to actually try. And they're pushing Chickenjoy uh, for it as well. So I think the brand name of Jollibee is something that's well recognized already around the world. Let's see now if they have a shot head to head up against the bigger companies that are pushing chicken. So please remember, in the Philippines, it's basically up against McDonald's or up against Burger King, which they also own. But if it's chicken to chicken per se, I think Popeyes is right there. Then you also have KFC. But if you add the larger uh, fast food chains, you add Subway, you add McDonald's, and then you also add Burger King, and then you have Carl's Jr. also to the mix. But anyways, for those who have not seen the fundamentals of the company, or at least the videos that I've made about this, please do note that everything hinges also on how Smash Burger and Coffee Bean will play out, how profitable they will be, and how they could be turned around. Because please remember, before the pandemic, one of the reasons why Jollibee dropped down was also triggered by how Smash Burger was. That Smash Burger essentially, did not make money. But the whole goal of Jollibee purchasing it is they're looking at Smash Burger to turn it around. And this is the Jollibee's figures, by the way. Second quarter, basically they lost money, 10.17 billion net loss. Compared to 2019, they made a billion pesos for the second quarter of 2019. Then, if you push it for the first half of 2020, their net loss was 11.96 billion compared to 2.5 billion peso profit for 2019. So it's safe to assume already that Jollibee, at least for 2020, uh, if 2018 was their best year from a growth perspective, 2019 was lower than 2018. 2020 is super worse, but that means that when you measure 2021, it will be massively better than 2020, because 2020 was relatively at a loss. I hope you got that. I hope it wasn't something that was boring. But third quarter, Jollibee, 1.58 billion peso net loss compared to 1.67 billion pesos in the third quarter of 2019. Anyways, looking at it from a 9-month loss perspective, you have a net loss of 13.54 pesos compared to 4.18 billion profit for 2019. So it's a really, really big swing. 4.18 billion 2019 earnings, net income, 13.54 billion net loss. Again, this is contributed to a lot of the lockdowns that happened, especially at the first half of the year. So this is their sales for the third quarter of 2020. It was 4.59 billion. It's down 29%. Looking at it also for the first 9 months, their sales went down 26.5% to around 126.42 billion pesos for all of the stores that's owned under JFC. So please remember, when I say JFC, it's not just Jollibee, it's everything already. Greenwich, Mang Inasal, Chowking, Red Ribbon, uh, Smash Burger, Coffee Bean, their branches in China, the Dunkin' Donuts that they have there, the Chinese stores that they have there, the Panda Express here in the Philippines, and everything else in between. Anyways, they're basically their plans for Jollibee, at least for the United Kingdom area, is this. They plan, what's happening to my mic, ha? At least, ayun, kaya pala hindi ko madinig sa sarili ko eh. Wait lang, let me see kung nawala yung mic. Oh, mic seems to be good naman. Let me fix it. Yan, mahirap pag i-edit it. Anyways, Okay, let's continue. Sorry about that. So the whole goal and the whole plan of Jollibee is to open one store in each city for the next 5 years. So let's see how good they are in that. And I've been to the United Kingdom a couple of times. What I've noticed is there's a lot of Filipinos, particularly nurses, and there's a lot of Filipinos that have lived there for a very very long time already. Anyways, the whole goal of Jollibee, and if you've been watching my previous videos, is basically 50% of the revenue won't come, or at least the goal is it doesn't come from the Philippines anymore, that a large chunk of the revenue will come from overseas. So at least what I like about it is they've been following through with their plan, acquiring companies here and there, building the brand also in areas where there's a lot of Filipinos. Anyways, let's look at what the charts are telling us. Consistent to what our videos are, Jollibee is still reversing from a downtrend, but above and beyond that, it's formed quite a respectable uptrend already. It's now on the second leg of another steeper upward move. So for those who are position traders that are watching this, what's very very interesting is that the stock is still pushing up. The stock is still in an uptrend, and looking at it from a trend point of view, again, the name of the game is, of course, we don't know how long this uptrend will be. But if you want to maximize your gains, what you need to do is, as long as the stock is continually in an uptrend, hold, ride it, maximize it to its fullest extent. Sayang naman if you sell too early. And for those who have been following my videos, I said that majority of my mistakes were dapat hold pa dapat yung gagawin ko, pero I would sell it too early. So for Jollibee, for position traders, the stock as of this time, December 10th, 2020, it's still currently in an uptrend. From a quick trading perspective, you'll basically see this. It's still above the breakout point at around 200 pesos. So its current support right now, please write this down, is 200 pesos. But please, guys, I hope that while I'm doing this, you're reviewing the charts also on your own, that you're not just taking what I say in face value, but you're doing your own due diligence, because that's the most important thing. So current support right now is 200. Then you have a short-term resistance at the 215 mark. Then a longer and stronger one is around the 223 resistance level. So from a short-term perspective, we're seeing Jollibee break out from the 200 peso mark. From a short-term perspective, also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 5 days also close to it, breaking out from the 200 peso mark, confirming and showing us that 200 currently is the new support level, but it has not tested it yet. So what we do know right now is 200 is the new support, but we have not really seen it drop down, try to attack it, and try to bounce. But what we've seen is there's enough buying pressure, and for today, locals have been the one that has bought, that has pushed the stock up as well. So resistance, please remember, 215 then 223. So what should you do? I'll say this over and over right now. Stick to your plan. So, of course, for those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, there's so many variants to this. No? You could have used moving averages, MACD, ADX, RSI, Bollinger Bands, Parabolic SAR to be able to determine your exit mechanism. So, once any of those areas have been hit, follow that, take profits. For those who use the trend, follow that as well. For those who use longer term moving averages, respect that. And for those who are using your triggers via fundamentals, please transact based on that, because at the end of the day, it's your rules and it's your strategy that will help you win. So there, I hope you guys learned a lot from this. I hope this is something insightful for all of you. And for those who stayed up until this time and want to know more on how you can learn how to trade the markets, I'm opening up a live training, classroom training for people in Metro Manila, or at least people who want to go to Metro Manila next year. It will be at the end of January. It will be in Makati. The link is in the description below, but since we are operating under the new normal, it's first come first serve, because it will only be a small group. So link is there. Then I'm trying to build also an online course already. It's not yet done. It's still being fixed and the platforms and everything. But if you want to join that, there's another link beside that. You can leave your email there so that the team would send you a notification once it's ready out and once it's already available. So there. If you have not subscribed yet, this is my main channel. It's called Marvin Gurmo. We have over 1,700 videos there. It's all free, basics, fundamentals, and technicals. And if you like what you're hearing here, I just have one request. If you could press the like button so the YouTube algorithm pushes this video, and comment algo to help this channel more. But I have a goal. I don't know if I've never tried to have a goal like this before. But it's interesting now because I want to see if it works out or if it doesn't. But my channel right now has 185,000 subscribers. I'm trying to target before the year ends to have a 200,000, and it would mean amazing if you guys can hop on over to my first channel and also subscribe to that, and also press the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content. And if it would be, if you really believe that this is something that's beneficial to a lot of people, appreciate it if you could share any video from the channel, or you could share the channel itself. So there. By the way, this is the second channel, Stock Investing BBC. More of deep dives on the technicals. And also, I just want to announce this. This is my third channel. It's called Marvin Gurman Cut. It's super new pa, but it's where you would see a lot of the raw uncut videos that are too long. Please remember, if you watch the main channel and the second channel, medyo shorter versions na siya. This one, you'll see 40-minute, an hour videos that are uploaded there. So you can just head on there, Marvin Gurmo, and cut. So there. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to put it in the comment section, and then I'll try to make a video on top of that. Or if it's very personal, two ways to reach me: slide a DM via Instagram, or message me via Patreon. Or those that just want to support this channel, in my main channel, there's a join button there that allows you to be part of this YouTube community that we have. So there. I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that was insightful, and I hope that this is something that helped you trade the markets with confidence. So that's it for now. Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.